Woo, that was a close one. That was a close one. Instagram! Welcome to my house.
Definitely wasn't drugs or anything that he had to.
I'm trying to keep people's attention so they don't leave.
All right, let's run it.
Are we ready? What's going on, guys? Everyone watching this live, the replay, whatever it is, make sure you comment down below what you thought about this video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you, I get a question probably 10 to 15 times a day about how, Ravi, first of all, Ravi, can you just send me money? Ravi, can you give me $10,000? I want to buy a dirt bike. Or I get, Ravi, I want to start a business. I don't know where to start. I want to be like you. I want to be like these other guys I see online. I want to be a business owner. I want to leave my 9 to 5. How do I do it? Most restraints I see from people are they don't have enough time, quote unquote. They don't have enough money, quote unquote, and they don't have any skill sets, quote unquote. And the reason I'm doing quote unquote is because all three of those can be solved very, very easily, and I'm going to show you how. So let's jump right into it. Just give me a few minutes of your time, guys. This isn't going to be a crazy long video, but I think this actually might be very valuable for you. So how to make money online or wherever you want to do it. So for me, the first thing I always talk about is service-based, right? So you really want to start, if you're starting a company for the first time, in my eyes, you want to start a service-based company. A lot of people, when they try to start companies, they try to start they try to build clothing brands and e-commerce stores and all that kind of stuff where there's actual physical products. The issue with that is it requires a lot of startup capital. So when I was starting my entrepreneur journey, I was like the shiny object syndrome guy, and I was doing, e-commerce, drop shipping on one side, and I was doing an SMMA agency on the other side. And the issue with that was I was splitting my time and my energy between both of them. But the bigger issue with that was that I was spending a lot of money on the e-commerce side trying to test products and test audiences and test funnels and whatever it was, and I was just bleeding money. And I was so stressed out from how I was bleeding money that I was affecting the SMMA online advertising agency side. So what I learned very quickly was that if I started a service-based company, I could do it without any capital, because the truth is, if you guys don't have a lot of money, then you have a lot of time, okay? And a lot of people that say they don't have a lot of time, it's just because you're not prioritizing your life correctly. If you're a 9 to 5 and you say, I don't have enough time to start a business, that's because you're 9 to 5 and then you're drinking with your friends after you get off work and you're getting high and you're playing video games are doing a higher priority than your business. Or maybe it's spending time with your kids as well. Like, I get that that could be a priority in your life, but you have to make a decision which one's gonna be a higher priority, at least for a little bit, until you can remove yourself from the business. So that's why we talk about service-based businesses. There's no capital. And it just requires time, right? And you probably have a lot of time if you're sitting on Instagram Live watching me talk about this video, or you're watching it on Facebook, or you're watching on YouTube, you probably have a lot of time. Second thing we talk about when you're doing service-based businesses is, let's see, what should I write down here? Second thing I do is sell first, right? So for me, when it comes to service-based businesses, whenever we start agencies or SEO companies or consulting or whatever it is, I always sell people before I've even actually created the product or the service or the funnel or whatever else it is that I'm giving to them in exchange for it. And the reason I do this is this. Let's say you choose service-based business, but let's say you want to do an in-person restaurant or you want to do a gym or whatever it is. Well, now you have to spend 6 months to a year actually constructing the business or refurnishing the business or rehabbing the business. You got to put a ton of money into it, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you haven't even sold one person into it yet. So that's what happens when you do a brick and mortar service-based business. So that's why I stay away from brick and mortar service-based businesses. And instead I do online service-based business, because you can be profitable from day one online on service-based businesses. So don't do brick and mortar, do online. And then some of the online examples are advertising agencies, search engine optimization agencies, email marketing, copywriting, consulting, personal trainers, coaches, stuff like that are all online based. You can easily do all those service-based businesses online with pretty much $0 down. And then the second thing you want to do is you want to sell first. So before you even build out your personal training course, before you even really learn how to do online advertising, before you even learn how to do SEO or website design or email marketing, what you want to do is actually sell the idea before you learn it. Because the biggest issue I see with people is that they are now, once they decide, all right, Ravi, I'm going to do a service-based business, I'm going to do online digital marketing, then you're going to spend hundreds of hours like creating websites and creating logos and creating, color schemes, and then trying to learn how to run Facebook ads and learn how to create funnels and learn how to bring money to people, whatever it is. And the issue with that is twofold. Number one, you are doing the super comfortable stuff because you're not going out there and putting yourself exposed to business owners that you want to ask for business from. So you're never going to grow. And the second biggest issue with it is by the time you're done doing all that, fake shit and not actually getting any work done, and you finally maybe find someone who you're talking to, you could realize that either there's no need for it in the marketplace, or people just aren't even interested, or you hate the idea or service or product anyway. And so you can cut all of that BS by selling the idea to the people first. And I know in the comments below, by the way, drop down below your guys' questions. I always answer all of them. But I know a lot of people are going to start going, well, Ravi, that's bad practice. You're selling somebody into something before you even know how to do it. Well, that's why we live in an incredible world. Let's say, absolute worst case scenario, you sell online advertising to a dentist and he pays you $2,000 cash. Well, if you don't know how to do it or you don't feel comfortable knowing how to do it, you can go find what's called a white label company. And I'll write that down here. You can find a white label company. I literally know hundreds of them. And what that means is that a white label company will do the work for you and they'll make it seem like you're doing the work, right? So they're white labeling your business name. So you convince the dentist to pay you $2,000 to do an online advertising campaign for them, and they give you $2,000. As soon as it hits the check account, you tell the dentist, give me 7 days, it'll be ready. You go online, you type in dental campaign white label, or you post on Facebook, I need a dental campaign expert, and then you get on the phone with them, and you made $2,000 from the thing, and you tell the guy, hey, I'll pay you $500 to run this campaign, and he says, okay, and that means that you, my friends, have a net profit of $1,500 for doing absolutely nothing but selling. So that's one option you can do with white label, or you can just figure out and learn how to do it as soon as you sign the client on. You say, hey, the campaign is going to start in 7 days, and then in 7 days you learn how to do a dental ad or SEO or website design or email marketing or any other service-based online business you want to do. But the cool part about that is that you can learn it in 7 days, I promise you. And you really learn by application. You don't learn by YouTube videos and courses. So you're going to have to play with somebody's, you're going to have to play with somebody's money at some point. And in my opinion, it's always better to play with OPM, other people's money, than it is to play with my own money. Obviously, you want to get results. So service-based business first, no capital. You just have to invest a good bit of time, and you want to make sure it's an online service-based business so that you don't have a whole lot of startup costs, et cetera, et cetera. And then number two, sell first. So sell the idea before you even start working on it and learning how to do it, because you might hate it or people might not be interested. And then number three, this is my favorite saying in the world. Set appointments and take appointments. That's what you want to do, number three, right? So once you've created the business and it's service-based, you have no capital, and once you start selling and maybe you get your first client in it, what you need to do at this point is just focus 95% of your time on generating appointments for yourself to close other people inside of it. Because one person's not going to float your whole company, and they could leave for whatever it is, right? Their kid gets sick, they get a divorce, their house goes under, you don't perform your campaign for them, your white label company doesn't perform the campaign for them, whatever it is. So then you just want to make sure that your funnel is always full. And this was actually why first 6 months of business, I did $6,000 total. It was because I was like selling it, and then I would sell somebody inside of it, and then I would stop lead generation. And so then I would be working on them, and then they'd leave, and then I'd have to start all the way back over again. And the issue with that is you're on what we call a roller coaster, right? And that is an awesome visual representation of a roller coaster. I'll even put like right here, here's some guys or gals, like we'll put a little hair on this one, in the roller coaster. Whee! And like here's the cart, and here's the wheels. Perfect. So that's them. So that's you right after you sign a client. If you don't do lead generation, you're going down on the roller coaster, which may seem like fun, but when that's your money and that's profit, it's not as much fun. Maybe roller coaster wasn't the best example of that. But yeah, so you understand what I'm talking about here though. So you need to make sure, as long as you continuously set and take appointments, then you can just continuously grow. Obviously, there's going to be a regression of the mean here, and it'll be like that, but it's a lot less than doing it something like that. So continue setting appointments. How do you set appointments, Ravi? Send Facebook messages to everybody you know. Post on your Facebook page. Send Instagram messages to everybody you know in that niche. Do cold email, do LinkedIn, cold calling. Pick up the phone and write down a list of 10 people that you know that are business owners, that are friends, or whatever it is, and then call all 10 of them and say, hey, I learned how to do email marketing. I learned how to do copywriting. I learned how to do SEO. I'm a consultant now, whatever it is. I'd love to work with you if you'd give me it. Because they already know, like, and trust you rather than going straight to cold people. And then get testimonials and leverage that for the new closings you have moving forward. But that is literally how to make money online, guys. It's actually, and then just to get, like, once you actually start setting appointments and taking appointments, you're building your company up. And the last thing you're going to do to get to kind of where we're at right now, what we teach in our program, are people commenting down below? Are people still watching this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, awesome. So make sure I'm not talking to nobody here. And then number 4, automate, delegate, eliminate, right? That's the last step we teach people, because this stuff is just, when you start a company, don't just start hiring people right away. Don't get a whole lot of, upfront costs. Don't have a whole lot of overhead expenses, whatever it is. Just like grind and get your work done and add value to the marketplace. And then when that happens, then we talk about automation, delegation, elimination, right? So you start automating some of your lead generation, right? You start automating your proposals or your onboarding process. You start delegating maybe to a virtual assistant lead generation, so they're always setting appointments for you every single day. They're doing 3,000 to 4,000 pieces of outreach for you, 40 hours a week, 120 hours a month, and then the rest for the whole year. So you're a full-time person that's sole job and responsibility is to put appointments in your calendar. Then you can delegate the actual taking the appointments, right? Sales teams now. Now you're fully removed from the company and it's generating you money while you scale and scale and scale. And then eliminate, right? So, and this can go in any order you really wanted to, but eliminate could be like eliminating services that aren't really profitable, eliminating niches that aren't really working well for you, eliminating outreach methods, like maybe LinkedIn isn't working for you, but email is really working for you. So you do 10 times on LinkedIn and you cut the email, whatever else it is. But you can start eliminating a lot of stuff from your life and then just rinse and repeat. This is literally how to make a business. And I've done this now 7 times. I followed this exact same thing 7 times now for all of my companies. And it's really not that hard. And once you get it down, like these first 3 steps can take like, I don't know, 1 week, right? Once you actually know what you're doing. And then you're just straight to the automation, delegation, elimination part. Because you skip, I know how to do a service-based business. I already have a nice little personal brand whenever I launch a product, or I know how to reach out to people. I can sell it to them before we even have it finished. And then the set appointments, take appointments, I already have virtual assistants that do 5,000 to 10,000 pieces of outreach for me every single day. And so first week we launch a business, our calendar will be full. We have 60, 70 appointments in our calendar. So it's very, very easy to scale a company when you do it that way. But this is all it is, guys. So stop messaging me and saying, Ravi, how do I make money online? Or Ravi, can I have $5,000? Just do these 4 things right here and you're gonna make your own money. So let's do some Q&A. Anybody have questions? I don't know, are we still running this?
Yeah. Still going.
All right, hit me with some questions. If you guys have questions, drop them down below. I'd love to answer some of these.
Is it a thing in Cali to have board meetings barefooted?
It is a thing. Can you see my feet? Yeah, we do everything barefooted in California, my man. I work out barefooted. I go run barefooted. Yeah, no, I feel one with the earth like this.
A serious question we have is, Monica says, okay, for the VA, what do they message? Are they nurturing? Are they acting as me or as someone on my team?
Great question. So you can really do any of the above. They can nurture for you. I really like cold direct outreach first. That's like money today is doing cold messages versus nurturing long term is great, but that's money down the road. I think you should do a combination of both, but if I had to split it up, I'd say 80% cold outreach, 20% nurturing leads you currently have. As far as what they're like, who they're coming from, they personally reach out from my profiles, but let's say they're reaching out from my Instagram profile and we're having a lot of traction with Instagram, well then I can create 10 Instagram profiles that all like Ravi Bavala with all some of my photos, and then I can just have them outreach from each one of those 10 Instagram profiles all as me. And then if you want to, you can have them create, like my sales guys, my coaches, everybody else that's all my other companies, part of their job description in the contract is they have to do direct outreach themselves from their account also. So you can't work for my company unless you're doing setting appointments to take appointments. If you don't do this, every person in my company does this. If you don't do this, we don't want you inside of our company.
Connor asks, what does a niche need that is high ticket and needs a service desperately?
So man, you know, can I erase some of this? Is that cool? Yeah? Okay.
For everybody that's listening live, we're also recording with a camera and we're going to be posting it probably, if not this week, then next week.
So niches that have a lot of money. This is the secret, guys, right? This is actually how we choose niches. Choose niche. Biggest things we look for. Number one, easy to find. Number two, easy to fulfill. Number three, high ticket value. And number four, cash close. This could be a whole nother video. And I know my handwriting is awesome. So how do we choose niches really quickly, Connor? Number one, you want to find a niche that's easy for you to find, right? It's a lot easier for you to work with real estate agents, dentists, chiropractors, or loan officers than it is to be like, oh, I help Fortune 100 CEOs, you know, become better life people. So it's like you can type in online realtor, or you can type in Facebook or Google, anywhere realtor, and you can have millions of search results, or you can type in Fortune 100 CEOs, and it's very difficult to get on a call with them. So that's why we don't do a whole lot of big business corporations. I work with some large companies, but I don't like to work with them because they're not very easy to find or get to decision makers. Number two, easy to fulfill, right? So if someone's a life coach, it's very difficult to get them clients or results because you're trying to sell somebody on the idea that they need a life coach. Versus if it's like a dentist or a chiropractor, you don't have to convince someone why they need to get their teeth whitened. You just need to show them that your guy, your dentist, is the one they need to get it from. And then number three, high ticket value. So like, we like, the reason why medical spas and plastic surgeons and stuff like that are really great companies because one client to them could be worth like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. And so it's easier for you to charge $2,000 to $3,000 in order to run their campaign. Because if you get 2 to 3 clients, they have like a 4 to 5 times return on investment. So make sure that their product is a high ticket value versus like you working with personal trainers who one client to them is worth like, I don't know, $100. And then 4, cash close. So that's one of the biggest issues with like real estate and mortgage is that let's say I give them a lead and they literally have the appointment the same day I get the lead, the first day of the campaign. It could be 6 months before they get a check in their bank account from that lead. And the issue with that is that I'm still charging them every single month and they get very nervous every single month. And so that's why real estate and mortgage is not a fantastic niche to get into because it takes a very long time for them to get it versus let's say a roofer who they go out there, they give them a quote, they say, yeah, let's do it. And then they get paid literally that day for the quote and they run it forward. So there's hundreds of niches you can choose from. I'll take a photo of this and I would just look for them that fall into that category.
Next question. What does your scaling the systems program include?
Great question. So I'll have Maxwell drop down a link below where you can learn a little bit more about it. But it's just stuff like this, right? We teach you how to scale companies. We give you our proposals. We give you our pitch decks. We give you actual niches that you can choose from. We give you a virtual assistant for $2.50 an hour that does Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, email outreach, 3,000 to 4,000 messages a day. We show you what copywriting, what like cold messaging templates to use. We give you sales training. We show you how to do ATMs, Airbnb. We give you tracking sheets, metrics. I show you some of the best books that I've ever read, Mindspace, how I've created these companies, my workout routines. It's probably one of the most comprehensive programs I've ever seen. Obviously, I'm a little biased, But when it comes to business and personal life and just excelling at all of them, we give you all the tools, copy and paste for you, and then I give you a virtual assistant that executes it all for you for $2.50 an hour. But yeah, I'll have Max drop down the link below. Did you drop it? Just hit it. Okay, cool.
Just put it up. You guys can screenshot that and go to it.
Yeah, just click it down below. You can book a time with our team if it looks like it's something that makes sense. We'd be happy to speak with you a little bit further about it. Great question, though.
I say we answer one last question here.
Okay.
I really like this one. Biggest lesson of actually let's combine two. Biggest lesson of 2019 and how do you see, and one goal that must happen before 2020, maybe if you can transition to.
Yeah, so biggest lesson of 2019 what was the biggest lesson of 2019? For me, the biggest lesson of 2019 was to stop forcing things, right? So essentially this program that I do right now, Scaling with Systems, my coaching program that I have, like that's the most passionate thing I've ever done in my entire life. And it shows with my students and it shows in the content I produce and it shows in the work that we do with our clients. And like my online advertising agency, which I still run, I love it and we get people results in it, but I'm not as passionate about it. And I was just like so gung-ho, like, no, I need to stay so focused on this and I can't change or do shiny object syndrome. And finally, like people were literally like banging down the door to work with me on scaling their company. And finally, I just started with some of my very close friends and they started getting immediate results and it just started snowballing and snowballing and snowballing. And then I finally was like, what am I so afraid of? Like, why would I not just start a new company if it's something I'm incredibly passionate about? I'm 25 years old. I've already figured out what I love to do and what I want to do the rest of my life. And so I just was like, frig it, let's do it. I made it a full business, an LLC, and now we're taking off. We're on a 7-figure run right now. So I absolutely love it. But the biggest lesson in 2019 was like, there's no right answer, and like stop trying to force and hold on to dear life or something. There's a famous quote, and I'm not saying that any of the stuff I've done in the past was a mistake by any means. I love online advertising. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But there's a saying that goes, just because you spend a long time making a mistake doesn't mean you should continue making it. So my mistake was thinking that I couldn't do anything other than one thing, and then I realized very quickly I created 5 businesses in like 6 months, so I know I could do it. And then the next question was, what's the one thing I have to do before 2020? That's awesome. I had a meeting last night. Purchase a real estate investment property. So it's legitimately gonna happen. I'll probably do it in the next 60 days. Well, I have to, I guess there's 60 days left. But like I have another meeting next Wednesday. But Jeff Seckinger, my roommate, you guys probably know, him and I had dinner last night with a pretty big real estate investor all across the nation, and we're gonna buy a property by the end of the year, 100%. You have my word on it. So I'm super excited for that. But yeah, that's the one thing that I wrote on my affirmations every single day was that I'm a real estate investor, and I technically don't have any properties yet. So now I'm gonna buy a property, it's officially gonna make me a real estate investor, and that's gonna snowball into a lot more properties. So I'm using that first little thing I showed you how to make money to make a whole lot of cash, and I'm putting that cash into long-term assets that then produce me cash, but I also have equity in. So anyway, we're wrapping it up.
Yeah, any last thoughts?
That's it, guys. I hope you guys had some value out of this. Like, shoot me a DM or comment down below any questions, comments, concerns you have on there. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe below. Comment there as well. Turn the little bell button on. I'm going to be putting videos like this as much as possible. I'm not like some of these other guys who just try to stay super high level with a lot of stuff. I hate that. So a lot of videos, we're gonna do screen shares. I'm gonna show you like as much as humanly possible. If you're on Instagram and you don't have me on YouTube, go to my YouTube channel and it's gonna be the link in my bio. If you're on YouTube, you don't have me on Instagram, go to my Instagram and follow me, please. It's gonna be the link in the bio as well. It's at Ravi. But anyway, you guys have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys all very soon.